Hello everyone, I am Antara from An Automate. Today we are doing something different. This isn't a tool review. This is a hype autopsy. I know everyone is telling you that this is the ultimate AI agent that you must have. And yet I'm going to show you how it's a data security and a business uncertainty trap. Moltbot went from 0 to 20,000 GitHub stars in just 48 hours. Every AI influencer was and is still making videos, and things got messy. But more importantly, I'm going to give you a framework so that when the next viral tool drops next month or whenever, you will know exactly how to evaluate it. Let's dive in. Before we talk about Moltbot or what started as Clawdbot, let's talk about who created it. Peter Steinberger, the developer who sold his previous company for 100 million euros. Moltbot, this is his hobby project. Now, here's my question. What happens when he moves on to his next hobby or his next company? There's no business, no team, no long term plan. Keep this in mind as we go through the red flags. So this cute red lobster got 20,000 GitHub stars in just 48 hours. People calling it a zero employee company of the future. Mac minis were going out of stock globally because everyone wanted to set this up. Every AI influencer is saying install this, it's the future. But what they did not show you, and very few people are telling you, is about the 10-second crypto hijack. That over 900 servers were left exposed with stolen credentials and API keys, a forced name change, and security researchers are raising some serious alarms. Now, the whole thing begins on January 27, 2026, the day that everything went wrong and it all fell apart in just one day. At 9 a.m., Anthropic sends a cease and desist letter, trademark violation. Noon, the creator tries to rename everything from Clawdbot to Moltbot at the same time: Twitter, GitHub, everything. And here's where it gets crazy. In just 10 seconds, crypto scammers hijacked both accounts. By 3 p.m., there's a fake token with $16 million market cap. By 7 p.m., 90% of it crashes. Thousands of people lost their money. So here's my lesson from this. When scammers move faster than documentation, pause before installing anything. So I created something, the AI hype evaluation framework, 9 critical checkpoints. Every time a viral AI tool drops, I suggest run it through these 9 questions. Here's how it works. Every time you answer yes to a question, that's a plus one risk point. Then you look at your score. 0 to 2 points, test it in a sandbox. 3 to 5 points, wait 3 to 6 months, or here improvements are being made. 6 to 9 points, red stop. Don't use it for client work. Now, here's the thing about this framework, it works for Moltbot today and it will work for whatever viral tool that drops in tomorrow. This is like a future proof checklist. So I ran Moltbot through my own framework. The verdict 9 out of 9. Every single checkpoint came back as yes. Maximum risk. Red stop. Doesn't mean it's not going to be suitable for use tomorrow, which say changes that will be made. But today, this is so risky. And let me show you exactly why. Red flag number one, the solo developer risk. This is one person's hobby project, no governance structure, no succession plan. In the software world, we call this the bus factor. What happens if this one person gets hit by a bus or just loses interest? Flag number two, mystery business model where there is no pricing page, nowhere. The promise is free forever. Free, but here's my question. How do you budget for a tool that has no price? What happens when they suddenly need revenue? What's your exit strategy? Moldbot scores yes on both. Let me tell you about a real incident that has happened with this tool. A researcher named Jameson O'Reilly uploaded a malicious skill to the Moltbot skill repository. Think of it like a malicious app on the App Store. Over 4,000 people downloaded it, with spread across 7 countries. Nobody verified it, people just trusted and installed. So here's the lesson: when there's no review process, no vetting being done, you're one click away from compromise. Red flags 3 and 4. Access overreach. Moltbot needs root access to your system or full control. That means it can touch every file, run any command, access anything and everything. Red flag 4. Your credentials are stored in plain text. There's a file called secrets.json on your computer. It has your Google password, your OpenAI key, all your API keys for your Slack tokens, Claude, Telegram, WhatsApp, everything, all in plain text. No encryption. So, if anything goes wrong, a malware, a hack, malicious prompt injection, someone accessing your laptop, they get the master key to your entire digital life. Moltbot scores yes on both. Red flag 5. Legal instability. Remember that cease and desist from Anthropic? Mid growth rebrand? That's IP uncertainty. What if this happens again with another company? Flag number 6. Scammer magnet. We have already talked about the 10-second hijack, the fake $16 million token. Multiple scam tokens, by the way, are still floating around. So, when your tool becomes a vector for scams, that should tell you something about the hype cycle. Moltbot scores yes on both. Red flag 7. Security researchers are literally sounding alarms. Let me give you the numbers. There are multiple security firms like Slow Mist, Hudson Rock. They scan the internet and they found that between 900 to 1800 plus Moltbot servers were publicly exposed. 8 of them had zero authentication, zero. Anyone on the internet could access them. So, what was exposed? All your API keys, your conversation histories, the ability to execute commands on your system. And there was a demonstration, a 5-minute hack. Someone sent an email with a prompt injection, and Moltbot forwarded the user's last 5 emails to the attacker. This is not a theory, somebody actually did it. So, yes, Moltbot scores yes. Let me explain why the secrets.json file is so dangerous. There's malware out there. You might have heard about some of these names. And here's what they do: they scan your computer looking for specific files. Files named secrets.json, config.json, .env files. They store all your secret API keys. When they find Molbot's secret.json, it is like finding your master key. One file that gives them access to your Google Workspace, your Slack channels, your OpenAI account, and every connected service like Telegram, WhatsApp, etc. Now, here's my question for Indian startups. How many of us have proper endpoint security, regular malware scans, especially when you're working from a co working space with shared Wi Fi? Think about that. Number 8 and 9. First of all, no enterprise readiness, no SO2 certification, no ISO compliance, no GDPR documentation, no support SLA. So, if you're serving clients, how do you explain this in a contract? Maturity mismatch. 20,000 stars on GitHub came before this security documentation. Best practices were written after people got hacked. The community is learning through some very expensive mistakes. Tutorials came before safety guides. So Moltbot scores yes on both. And that's a 9 out of 9. Every single red flag got a point. So, why did I install Moltbot? Simple. I chose research over hype, and I will always choose peace of mind over hype. Now, take a moment and look at this comparison table. I'm comparing Make.com, N10, Claude Code, and Moltbot across the criteria that matter. It's not really about these softwares or Moltbot. Use this criteria to choose your software for AI agents or automation. That's all I'm saying. AI is moving at breakneck speed. Answers might change over time, but basic criteria won't. So keep this in mind. And there are 5 extremely critical questions I want you to remember before you install any viral AI. If it's free and needs API call, who's going to pay for the infrastructure? What's your plan if it gets acquired, shuts down, or starts charging? Does your client contract allow third party AI with complete system level access? Does your professional indemnity insurance cover AI agent data breaches? Now, one way to get around this desktop thing was they're saying that you go on to a VPS hosting and you download your Moltbot over there. And yes, it is cheap. By paying 300 to 500 rupees a month, you can get the same on Hostinger. But what about the DevOps skills needed, the security setup, and the fact that there's no pricing clarity for the future? So here's the rule: if you cannot answer all five questions confidently, please don't deploy. I also want to be fair. There are scenarios where Moltbot makes sense. Also, if over the coming weeks the developer can close the loopholes and tighten it up, why not give it a shot? That's okay. The way I see it, however, though, that currently Moltbot is a learning tool for developers. It is not a production tool for consultancies. So if you're serving clients, stick with make.com, N8N, Cloud Code, AP5, maybe Anti Gravity, whatever that's a tried and tested software. So here's my final message. The video isn't just about Moltbot. This is about giving you a tool to evaluate every viral AI system that drops. Next month, there'll be another one. Everyone will be talking about it. Influencers will be making tutorials. But you will have this framework, 9 checkpoints, a score, a decision. Use the framework before you install. If this video helped you avoid an expensive mistake, hit the subscribe button. I create honest reviews based on real experience and not just hype. Thank you for watching. This is Antara from An Automate. And remember, in AI automation, boring and reliable beats shiny and risky every single time. Thank you.